kids, Dr. Parcell, and we are going to be looking at week 12 and specifically number 21. Another scatter plot. The table below and the scatter plot below show the time spent texting, which is on your x-axis, and the time spent exercising, which is on your y-axis. So there's 11 students, and if you'll notice, there's 11 of those little x's all over the scatter plot. Those are all data points of the 11 students. The equation of the line of best fit, okay, so here's their regression line or their trend line. That goes with this line right there, is y equals negative 0.4x plus 6.99. Okay, so what we notice is that there's a downward trend as the time spent texting goes up. Looks like time spent exercising goes down. And we can kind of see that on the chart, right? As we see our time going up, we can see our exercise is dropping. All right, so they want us to use the equation of the line of best fit to fill in the blanks below. We'll give exact answers, we will not round. Okay, so let's start with observed time. Now that is those 12 pieces of data up here, right, from those 12 students. So we can see at 4 hours, we observed that a student exercised 4.5 hours that week. Okay, so that's going to be 4.50. And then at 4.9 hours, this student exercised 6.50 hours. Okay, so those are the observed times. Observed time is like WYSIWYG. What you see is what you get. This is your data that you collected, so we're going to put those right in there. Now the predicted time, we're going to use the trend line. So at 4 hours, we're going to use y equals negative 0.4. I'm just using this equation from up here, times 4 hours plus 6.99 hours. That'll tell us what this trend line predicts. And so if we do negative 0.4 times 4 plus 6.99, we're going to get negative 1.6 plus 6.99. And we're going to get hours exercise that we predict is 5.39 hours. Okay, so let's stop and just review what we just did here. So I'm going to grab my highlighter. Okay, we know that this student at 4 hours exercised 4.50, or texting for 4 hours, ended up exercising 4.5 hours. Let's find this person. So this person is right there. And if you look across, you can kind of see that's 4.5. Now the line predicted, if we go up a little further, that it would be that person, after texting 4 hours, would roughly get 5.39 hours. And what they're looking for when they say the residual is the difference, right? So we're looking for the difference between what we predict right here and what actually happened right there. So we're going to subtract the two. So we'll take 4.50, which is what we observed happening. We're going to subtract out what the trend line thinks should have happened. Trend line thinks they should have exercised a little more. And the difference is negative 0.89. So a little less than an hour, negative 0.89. And if you look at, let me clear this off a little bit. If you look at the difference between, and we're just specifically talking about 4 hours of texting right here, the difference between what we know happened and what we think happened. So see how there's a difference right there? That's a negative difference because what actually happened is below the prediction. All right, let's move on to the student that texted 4.9 hours. So let's find that person. So 4.9 hours is over here. If we go up, there's that person right there. And they actually worked out 6.5 hours. Okay, but the question is, what does the trend line think that they should have worked out? See how there's a difference right there? That's the residual. Let's figure out what the trend line predicted and then figure out the difference. So for here, we're going to go y equals, we're going to use that prediction line, but this time we're going to put 6.50 in plus 6.99. This becomes negative 1.96 hours plus 6.99. So what we predict is that they would have worked out a little over 5 hours. Okay, so we're going to put that right here, 5.03. Okay, so what the person actually spent time exercising, 6.5 hours, our trend line predicted that they should have exercised a little less. And you can see that right here. So then we'll figure out the difference between 6.50, that's the residual, what's the difference? Minus 5.03 is a difference of 1.47 hours. And notice that's positive. That's positive because what we actually saw happening and what we predicted to happen, what actually happened was above the trend line. So that's why that's a positive residual. All right, I hope this video helped you. We'll see you in the next one.